So we started out with a visual concept like this, or an artist concept, and we had a couple students take this concept and turn it into a rapid prototype, this was actually our very first one, which is rather kind of large and clunky. It was part of the design process. We then scaled that down to a device that was very close to what a working prototype would be, or at least what we thought the size would be. And in fact, we have a working prototype here. This has gone through an industrial design phase to make it look like an acceptable consumer product. So that's kind of the steps we took as far as the actual design of the product or the external case it's in. Now, the internal components are a completely different story. They've gone through many iterations of engineering, and that turns into a complex story. So in our early stages, with very limited funding, we had to be creative with our resources by using students at the U of A, or doing things for trading equity for workmanship or engineering services. As we grew and as we developed the technology, we had to add more and more engineers to where we have about a dozen that work in our San Diego Engineering Center. We started out working on the polymer composition here, built our first proof of concepts here, showing that the polymer could do what we stated it could do. And as that evolved and became looked like it was a very viable and promising technology, we were able to then hand that over to engineers through a development process. And with each iteration we made of the polymer and increase its performance, it was given it to our engineers, who in turn reduced that to working units, and then gave us feedback as far as they needed it to go faster, more pressure, whatever the need was. And then we went back here and did the work here to make those improvements, and then we'd ship out more polymer to San Diego, and that went on and on and on over the past several years, to where we started initially with the polymer actuator that would actuate about 10% of its volume, to where we do 500% now. And we're still making improvements on that. And the speed of the actuator has increased by about 20-fold. So what used to take 24 hours in the past we have down to an hour now. So in terms of polymer actuators and these type of systems with gels and things, our speed of our system is very rapid. So I originally came to AzCI because I needed access to the chemistry department. I had an idea for a polymer actuator, and I'd never done polymer chemistry before in my life. So by reading through research papers, I came up with a general idea of what I wanted to do. The difficult part was I could not find any experts in the field because no one had ever done this with polymers before. So coming to AzCI, we applied for grants and won one through the NSF, which we're still working under today, to help develop the polymer and to understand how it would work. And through this whole journey, the research we've done has, in a sense, made me an expert in the field of epoxy polymer actuators. There's probably 2 or 3 people in the world that deal in this, and I'm one of them. So it's been a long journey, but it's been fruitful, and we've been successful and through the funding with the NSF. And we've actually been able to prove some new science, and we're working right now, actually still under NSF grants, where we have undergraduates working for us now. We have a high school teacher and high school students working for us. So through the NSF funding, it's enabled us to get students working on different projects for us. And right now we actually have 2 undergrad students at the U of A working. This is in a large pH study. It's a smart material, so we're trying to understand why it reacts the way it does to different pHs in solutions. So we also have 2 high school students and a high school teacher working on this, as well as our own internal scientists and lab techs. This will go on for the next year, and through this we'll probably publish a research paper on this pH study.